I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my
and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Let him know with this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. So the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say.
Terence Crawford's victory celebration in Omaha took an unexpected turn when he was pulled over by police just hours after a parade and party celebrating his win over Canelo Alvarez. Authorities say the incident happened around 1:27 a.m. when Crawford was driving a blue four-door sedan at high speed. During the stop, officers reportedly spotted a gun on the car's floor and ordered everyone inside to step out at gunpoint.
stepping out? My seatbelt.
And
Opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tim Bradley shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford's traffic stop, calling the incident more than just a routine pullover. He suggested it was a reminder from authorities that no matter how famous or successful someone becomes, they're still subject to the same rules. Bradley pointed out how moments of celebration can quickly shift into tension, saying it's a pattern seen far too often. His comments struck a chord with fans, many of whom saw the irony in Crawford's big night ending under flashing police lights instead of victory ones.
I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. So the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. And before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining now. The clouds is out right now. You can see them in the background. I'm gonna go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot, you ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see you.
Crawford's head of security described the traffic stop as a frightening ordeal, saying the officers seemed tense and escalated the situation far beyond what was necessary. What began as a calm moment quickly turned into a scene of chaos when they were ordered out of the car at gunpoint, turning a night of celebration into one filled with fear. He said the experience left everyone shaken, calling it one of the most disturbing moments of his career and far from a simple traffic stop.
If he was in the passenger seat, the same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
Be a man who can get to receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after-party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the floor.
Police said they stopped Terence Crawford's car for suspected reckless driving and claimed they saw 2 guns on the floor, which led them to order everyone out at gunpoint. After checking the weapons, officers confirmed they were legally owned and properly registered. With no other violations found, Crawford was given a citation for reckless driving and released soon after. While the case was officially closed, many saw it as symbolic. Critics argued that on the very day Omaha celebrated its champion, local authorities seemed intent on reminding him who held the power.
With a parade, KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cudahy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmaderer and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by
Andre Ward, a highly respected voice in boxing, said the Omaha incident was just another example of how Terence Crawford has often faced attempts to downplay his success. He explained that before the Canelo fight, critics tried to discredit Crawford by saying his wins came from decisions rather than dominance. Ward believes this was part of a broader effort to diminish his achievements. To him, the traffic stop reflected the same pattern. A champion constantly forced to defend his name despite having already proved his greatness in the ring.
They tried to bury Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kaviaskis, he did numbers. It was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear him. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon. I knew this kid was going to be that. Or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again, and he did it again against Canelo Alvarez Saturday.
Some commentators believe there may have been more behind the Omaha incident than what official reports revealed. They suggested that city leaders might have felt uneasy about how much influence and admiration Crawford had gained as a hometown hero turned global champion. His success made him a powerful symbol of community pride, and some analysts hinted that the stop could have been a subtle reminder that local authorities still held control. Many saw it as part of a larger pattern, where fame brings not just recognition, but also new challenges and tests of power.
Wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report, because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and released, he never puts about the reckless driving. He never puts speeding.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, offered words of support for Terence Crawford, emphasizing that no matter what controversies arise, Crawford's accomplishments remain undeniable. Khan praised Crawford's skill and determination, recalling that he had always believed Terence would prove himself as one of the best in the sport. To Khan, the recent events in Omaha could not tarnish the truth that Crawford is a reigning champion whose legacy is already secure. He argued that attempts to put pressure on Crawford or to paint his achievements as less significant would not change the reality of his greatness. For fans and supporters, Khan's perspective was uplifting, reinforcing the idea that true talent always outlasts criticism.
I knew that Crawford was going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt, because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like, his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
You know, as an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt, and they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about? Is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit.
The difference between the official report and eyewitness accounts created a clear divide in how people viewed the incident. Omaha police called it a routine stop for reckless driving, but Crawford's head of security described it as a frightening encounter marked by excessive force. The conflicting versions sparked debate about transparency and accountability, leaving many in the public unsure of what to believe as they tried to make sense of the gap between the official story and the experiences of those who felt their safety had been put at risk.
Police report, but now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him, or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car for everybody's safety.
City officials quickly responded to public concern, with Omaha's mayor and police chief promising a full review of the incident. They announced an internal affairs investigation to ensure transparency and uphold community trust. While their statements aimed to calm the situation, many remained skeptical, feeling the official response downplayed how serious the encounter really was. The investigation was seen as a necessary step, but for many, real trust would depend on whether the city's actions backed up its promises. Analysts viewed the situation as a reminder of how tension can surface when an individual's influence begins to challenge established institutions.
Put out a statement as well, really no meat to it except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence "Bud" Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. The police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested a supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Okay.
Observers argued that people in positions of power sometimes feel threatened when someone new rises to prominence, especially when that success earns widespread admiration. In their eyes, the Omaha traffic stop seemed to go beyond a simple traffic issue and reflected a deeper clash between personal success and institutional control. The situation highlighted a familiar reality. Those who gain influence often face pushback from those already in charge. Some commentators also raised concerns about bias, suggesting the stop might have been shaped by social factors rather than just standard procedure. While most avoided strong accusations, many felt Crawford's treatment fit into a broader pattern where individuals are judged by who they are rather than what they do. This perception stirred strong emotions among supporters who viewed the incident as unjust and unnecessary. Whatever one's opinion, the episode opened a wider conversation about justice, fairness, and how people experience authority in everyday life.
Incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those 2 groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left. And someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So yeah, there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community, and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this one gets resolved.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, take care.